Do you want to get your business in front of over 100,000 viewers every month? Advertise with 321 and enjoy the best value in local advertising while supporting free community live streams. Your message will be seen across live high school sports, morning shows, and local events, connecting you directly with engaged audiences, boosting your visibility, growing your brand, and helping us keep these broadcasts accessible to everyone for free. Partner with 321 today and watch your business thrive. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sports Talk with the voice, Greg Murano. And today we are joined by our camera operator, Andrew Onick. How are you guys?
I'm great. Our MVP addition to the team next to me here. It's great. New season starting. You know that. Nothing but anticipation, excitement. We had to kick it off today. The girls' team with a surprise game popped up on us at 2. I'll be calling that. I'm super excited. Andrew will be he'll be filming it for us. I'm super excited for boys and girls basketball for a ton of reasons. Now that we have fall in our rear view, we got girls and boys for Westerly. That's pretty much. I think I'm doing a couple Stonington games too, but primarily Westerly, and both teams have an exciting year ahead of them. They really do. I love their mindsets. The two coaches have similar mindsets in that they want to improve every game, and both want to make postseason. And I think that's a very, very realistic possibility on both squads. I know that the girls' game today is versus New London. They run the RPI, similar that we talked about all football season. I actually have a packet explaining the entire basketball thing, and I'll get to that before the next game. But either way, the bottom line is that they checked Coach Reyes and crew challenged his squad early. They're playing a very good New London team. I look back on their season last year. New London was 6-0 in the division and obviously division champs. So they have a challenge ahead for them. But again, with RPI, it's also an opportunity to gain a lot of points or lose very little. So it's a win-win scenario. It's a girls' team that I'm excited about because the seniors on the team, I've had the opportunity to watch them all year long, all career long, watch them grow. It's going to be a real exciting year for them. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, the talent coming up that the Reyes have bred, and we had honestly the privilege to watch last year that middle school group go to battle every game and dominate the entire state of Rhode Island. They should have been playing in a state 5 times as big. I think they would have had the same results. They were impressive. And that goes for Coach Reyes and Coach Reyes. They've done it everywhere they've been. They started over in Stonington, left with an undefeated division record, went down to middle school. You'd think the age changed. Nope. Brought together the best middle school team I've ever seen. I could even imagine. And all of those are going to translate into your high school team in these upcoming years. And I think you're going to get a lot of contributions from some freshmen this year as well. I'm not going to throw names out because I'm not the coaches, but they were that good last year. And they'll get time on the floor this year, I'm sure. It'll be a big rotation that they use. So that being said, that's really the only guessing or preseason opinion I guess I would have is just it's a super exciting season. Both boys and girls have great upperclassmen leaders on the squad, boys especially, boys as well, I mean, and have great talent coming through. So starting this year, moving forward, it's going to be exciting in the halls of Federico Gymnasium. There's going to be some moves made up, and it's Division One. And every week, every game, you got to bring it. You're playing the most talented teams in this state, and there are some talented teams, fast teams. But I do believe now we're finally in a time frame where the athletes that are there and coming through are going to make both the boys and girls very, very competitive in Division One. Which I'll tell you what, that's a notch in your belt if you do that. I think the girls ended up 500 last year, and if I'm correct in that, just in the little research for today's game I've done, I mean, and that's a great output. It really is. If you could end up 500 in Division One, I could be wrong.
Yeah, and shout out, by the way, to Coach Sue Hake, who had a tremendous career over 10 years, right, at Westerly, and just a fantastic career. We have some good news on the boys' side as well. And by the way, this game did not sneak up on us. It snuck up on me. I had some bad information that all of the games before the 21st were scrimmages. This game was on our schedule, and I blacked it out because I thought that it was a scrimmage. So that being said, the Westerly boys had their opener last night against Narragansett in Narragansett. Final score was 75-67, which is fantastic. Lucas Pinnell scored, who's a senior captain.
Yes.
Lucas Pinnell scored 14 points in the third quarter, 25 points, 7 rebounds for the game.
Wow.
Ferris Nader had 9 points. Brandon Antosh had 9 points. Caleb Williams had 9 rebounds. Alex Samatero, another senior captain, had 6 points, 5 assists. Halftime, the score was Narragansett 32, Westerly 23. Westerly overcame a 9-point lead and even dipped to a 10-point lead in the third quarter. Then Westerly scored 48 points in the second half. 48 points in the second half. There are a lot of games that we've seen where they haven't scored 48 points at all. 48 points in the second half. Narragansett was led by Aiden Clancy with 18. And coach's take, because Coach Fazzaro is not able to be here with us as they have practice right now, 9-11. Total team effort, 11 guys played in the varsity and 10 guys scored. Wow.
Yeah.
They got big contributions from a variety of players in the second half. During the second half, they had some foul trouble. Luigi Marchioni had a huge sequence in the fourth quarter, getting multiple offensive rebounds and a loose ball. They were down by double digits in the second half and showed a lot of heart and character in the second half and never got down. Coach is extremely proud of all the guys, and this is a huge win, as Narragansett is always a tough rivalry.
Can't start off the season better than that. Correction, Antosh, I believe, is a sophomore on the boys' side, and then the freshmen, the daughters on the girls' team as a freshman.
All right.
But that being said, that you can't start the season any better than that. Spark of energy to get yourself going. I think they have 2 or 3 games before the Christmas tournament. Yeah. And then, so
I can actually look at the schedule right now if you'd like. They have their next game is on the 20th. At home. So their home next game. Yeah, so boys home opener is you're right. I don't have their away games on this schedule. So yeah, their home opener is before the tournament though. They'll play Coventry at home on the 20th at 7 p.m.
Yeah. And then comes the tournament, and if you're at home and you have the opportunity, you want to be entertained and have a lot of fun, go to any of the 4 nights, and you're going to see a gymnasium that is just packed. Crowd, the intensity the crowd has, it's like no other games all season long. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't matter what happens in the first round. The third and fourth day, it's just pandemonium for whatever teams are involved. And I know that that's a huge goal, a huge marker that the Western coaches will put up there and the players want. And it's great to have that right at the beginning of the season. And there's also that tough testing for the coaches. The game on the 20th, for instance. That's not their first game of the year, but it's their last game before the tournament. You got to make sure the guys don't look ahead to the tournament. So there's a lot of intricacies, I'm sure, for the coaches on both sides, as far as keeping the mindset of the players where it needs to be in this short little interim where they play before the tournament starts, and then heading into such a personal, emotional setting for the tournament that that the players want more than anything.
Absolutely. We have some comments here. Cindy said, "Good morning, Greg, Ben, and Andrew."
Hi, Cindy.
Morning.
The best.
And Coach Usero, Jordan, said, "Great, tough win last night." Absolutely. It must be fun seeing your boys play basketball immediately following. And Alan's on the freshman team this year. Landon is playing basketball this year, which he didn't do last year. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch. And speaking of people who haven't done basketball before, Andrew, you're about to film your first basketball game. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but
are you really?
Yeah, a little bit.
What are you nervous about?
I always have nerves going into recording something.
Do you?
I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up.
About it on our way in. I had nerves before until you said hello to me live. I had nerves and they just disappeared.
Yeah.
all morning.
Man, I don't know what it is about me. I just have zero.
Well,
I'm like,
when Ken Collins ever said on the show, I think about the show at 9 a.m., I said, that's why you've been able to do the show for 50 or 60 years.
Yeah.
Because if you stress every one of them before it, you're going to end up, you'll have a stroke by the time that happens.
Yeah.
So I really need to take what he said and really apply it to my own life.
See, when he said that to me last week, I was like, so what do you need for your first show? And he was like, microphones? I don't know. I was like, but do you have guests planned? Do you have, he was like, oh, we don't think about the show until the show starts. And I was like, same.
What?
I was like, he and I mean, now, honestly, like the, basketball and stuff, I have to think about like who the announcers are going to be, who the camera operator is going to be. Do we have all of the equipment in the right spot? Like I got up at 6 a.m. Reorganizing all of the equipment so that, because we have by the way, shout out to Kiefer's Martial Arts. Kiefer's Martial Arts at 2 p.m. today has their annual black belt demonstration at Westerly Middle School that we will be there covering for them. So there's different stuff going on all around. And so I have to put forethought into that. And like, I have to put forethought into like, are the mics all set and, the production aspect of stuff. But as far as like what I'm going to say and who I'm going to, like, what I'm going to talk about, and no idea. Even when I'm interviewing somebody I've never met before, right? Like this is how you do it. All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, my guest is Andrew Onick. Andrew, tell everybody who you are, what you do.
That's literally all you do.
That's literally like if I don't know anything about, because sometimes people have like, they'll put themselves, we have one of those scheduling apps so that people can put themselves on our schedule and stuff. So sometimes I'll have an interview and there's no pre-interview before, there's no whatever. I'm Googling their name. Like, who is this person? Oh, they're a realtor. Okay, cool. So today I have realtor Andrew Onick. Andrew, tell me about who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it. Like, and then they'll talk about themselves for a couple minutes, even if it's 30 seconds. And then you can have a conversation based off of that, just because you're a human being, and that's how we have conversations anyway. And if you don't put so much stock into the fact that you're on a microphone, it's okay. Like, just have a human moment with the person across from you. You know what I mean? Like, you could talk sports all day. Andrew, you could talk, well, I don't know what you talk about, sandwiches.
Yeah.
Because you and I could talk about sandwiches. I say that because you and I had a great experience yesterday at Richmond Market.
Yes, we did.
And I made you eat some of the most steaming hot fish and chips ever, directly out of the fryer.
Every time I come here, it gets me hungry. One way to see the pizza place, the smell of it, and now you're talking about that.
But by the way, shout out, we are at Pizza Place Studios, high above downtown Westerly.
Greg, if you're ever looking for some good fish and chips, go up to Richmond Market. They're pretty good.
Richmond Market, all right.
Yeah.
Some of the best I've
had. And but I did make you eat the fish and chips just so that we could get the shot immediately as they came out. And how was your mouth? Is it recovering?
It's starting to get there. I mean, the burns are good, but it was delicious. It was worth it.
Can we, because we haven't had him on the show since, can we give a shout out to Andrew for Thanksgiving?
Man. Heck yeah, for Thanksgiving, for the whole fall season, man.
But
that's why I told him not to worry about basketball. The way he does football, basketball is going to be boring for him.
Yeah, it's back and forth. Yeah,
he's going to worry about. It's going to be a fun season. I really look forward to it. I had the opportunity to speak with Ken after the show, and he said that he will do a game or so with me, and I got to be so excited. It's an honor. I'm super excited. It's going to be a great relationship. It really is. What an addition that show is to the Saturday morning sports broadcasts, and what he is to the company as well. It's just I just wanted to say that kind of made my day walking in. I almost didn't even get here. No scheduled coaches, and you kind of got me down. Andrew picked me up, and that right there, that's why I think it was just meant to be. It was awesome, and truly grateful. Made my day. I mean, carried me the rest of the day.
We had some people worried, by the way, at the end of last week.
Someone wrecked my car.
Yeah, at the end of last week, the show ended sort of abruptly, and we had some people who reached out and asked if everything was okay. Everything is okay.
Yeah, everything is, the big picture. Everything is okay.
Yeah.
Minor issue, a little major reaction, but either way, it was just a car issue.
Yeah.
Thank you for your concern, everybody. It'll be handled a little cooler next time. Hopefully, there is no next time. Don't lend your car out to random people.
That's a good. Yeah. Andrew, what have you? Are you a basketball fan?
Yeah, I used to be. Like, I used to be heavily involved in basketball, followed it closely. I mean, it kind of slipped out throughout the years,
Who's
but
your team?
it was the Celtics.
All right. All right.
Still
We don't
rep 'em
talk.
when I
Yeah,
can.
we don't talk a lot of pro sports on this.
Mm.
I like all of the. I like all of the pro sports talk. That
They're in depth
you know
like
what I
I always
mean?
used to be. I
Yeah.
don't have the time to be anymore because I could never. And I've realized that doing this has cut my not my allegiance, but my passion for pro sports a great deal. Like the Niners are just would be. I'd be very angry at the way they have played thus far this season
Yeah.
and handled themselves the past 3 years. But I don't even care anymore. I truly don't. I don't lose a winter sleep. I used to lose a week's worth just because the high school is so much more refreshing. It really is.
And Ken, who's been doing this for 50 years, like we said, he's amazed at how at the breadth of sports that you cover. Like we cover all of the games for all of the so like you're calling lacrosse games, you're calling volleyball games, you're calling soccer, you're calling football, you're calling baseball, softball, basketball. We had a request actually, and we're gonna get some. I have to contact the interns, the people that it's been such a busy like last 6 weeks. We have had some wonderful kids who want to join 321 as interns for the winter. I got to reach out to them. We had the middle school wrestling team, which are state champions. The coach reached out to me.
And I've told him 100 times too.
We're gonna get him on the show, and we're gonna go down and
Great guy.
we're gonna cover some wrestling. So on some of their meets on the one team meets, one school versus another school, it is one match happening at a time on the mat. So we're going to cover some wrestling.
I don't know how, honestly. So whatever.
It's honestly, I think that
I don't know how to cover it. I don't know how their setup is. So
yeah,
it's only one match. Why wouldn't we be able?
It's only one match for
every
those,
year.
yeah,
I
so.
learn more about these sports, and I learn it by just trying to observe from the backside of what the coaches are doing on the field, on the court. I'm not a basketball mind. I'm not a lacrosse mind. I'm not a volleyball mind. All I kind of do is mimic exactly what's going on in the field and make everyone sound.
Man, volleyball is very stressful for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
And by the way, in the last show, if anybody was watching the last episode that we just did, an hour ago or a half hour ago now with Ken Collins, I was talking to Coach Smaggio and Dan LaBelle. Dan LaBelle, who is Ken's grandson and is also the head coach of the Charahoe girls, about getting Andrew a better vantage point in the Charahoe gymnasium, because it's a tiny little gym. And Andrew, you were over for volleyball. You actually like hoisted yourself up on some bleachers that weren't open.
Yeah, I had.
I don't know how you did that. Where was the camera? Was the camera on the bleachers with you?
Oh yeah, the camera was up on the bleachers. I had one leg set up on the top seat, and the others one was kind of floating off in the abyss and holding tight to the tripod. But yeah, no, it was an interesting setup.
He goes into the unknown almost everywhere you go, right?
As the person, as the person who's $10,000 worth of equipment is sitting on top of that balance thing.
Forget what I said.
Would I be horrified if I walked into that situation and looked at it?
No, never been. Never. Always 100% safety. That's what I strive for.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
interesting.
we're the ones that we had you up on the you were in the crow's nest. So Stonington for Thanksgiving, Stonington Palmer Field is gorgeous, but the press box is nowhere near as big as Westerly. So no, it's the Charahoe gyms of press boxes. But they are narrow.
This table.
Yeah, they are incredibly narrow. If you go to the WBLQ page or DJ Gadget, you'll see Ken and Lou. They're not even next to each other in the window. Like Ken's first, and then the next guy's like back a step. because that's how narrow it is. You know the window at Similori where you call baseball
like
from?
3 of them.
It's no. It's thinner. It's thinner. So it's crazy. So it's not a situation where we would have been able to film from inside of the booth. And there weren't booths available. So Andrew did Thanksgiving so that Lisa could have her first Thanksgiving off in 5 years. And
she deserves it.
Well earned.
absolutely. And
She does more than
B,
enough.
I don't know a single other person that would have been able to weather that storm like you.
I couldn't even wait outside for him this morning. It was sunny. I would not have made it. Let me tell you that right now. No,
I'm surprised he has a hoodie on right now with it being 20 degrees outside, because this guy is he goes out and snow plows all over New York State and stuff, and then like he's been plowing snow in the freezing cold for 14 hours, and he's like, let me stop and get an iced coffee.
Yeah, I think it's still.
Yeah.
He could tell you about. It's still got to be worse just sitting out in the sopping rain and wind than snow. I would rather be in the flaky
Greg,
snow.
It all depends on where you are.
Really?
I mean, like Thanksgiving, it was rough only because of the wind. If there was no wind, I would have been fine. But the wind's what cut through me. But no, when I was plowing snow up in New York, every winter, I would see like areas like Buffalo and whatnot getting down to -40. That's cold.
I grabbed so we had all of the equipment from Thanksgiving just sitting out in this room drying out for like a week.
I tried to keep it dry.
I went but there was another bag with some cords that I went to grab out of my car. I didn't even think about it because it just had some extra cords in it. I went to grab it out of my car like a few days ago to hand it to Lisa. No, it wasn't full of water, but it was still damp. Like the actual bag, the outside of the bag was still damp. So that just goes to show you like what a horrific. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't even find the words. What a horrific situation that was on Thanksgiving. And Andrew, like the community couldn't thank you enough.
Yeah, you brought a
for
game
that
brings 5,000-6,000 people down to what Brent said, 200 or less.
Yeah,
The rest of them were there watching, wanted the game, and without you out there in it, they couldn't have it. So you made a lot of people's Thanksgiving. You really did.
Absolutely.
I do all the shiny work on the end. That's all I do.
And it was over 30,000 people that ended up watching it on 321.
Yeah, that's why as soon as I click on the live stream just to hear what you guys are saying, I stick my phone in my pocket because I don't want to see that number. It'll make me even more nervous.
Yeah.
Instantly.
I don't know how to see that number. It doesn't show that number on my phone.
Good. No, it because there's multiple there's multiple platforms. So like right now, people could be watching this on the 321 Facebook page. They could be watching it on my Facebook page. They could be watching it on YouTube. They could be watching it on our website. They could be watching it on Twitch. They could be watching it on LinkedIn. They could be watching it, or they could be listening to it on the 321 radio app. So there's 7 places where that happens. And then it all comes together. Yeah. Yep. So
and before we forget, you mentioned Cindy said hello. I want to say thank you again. Cindy helped me out with transportation to an appointment this week. That was much needed in that pouring rain. And Narragansett. So shout out.
It rained. Yeah. I had to we did a remote for Man About Town at Navigant Credit Union, and I took the entire studio down in here and brought it to Navigant Credit Union in a trash bag. Because I was like, I don't how am I going to transport this and keep it dry? So it was in a bag inside of a trash bag.
So how did the stuff survive getting so wet on Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving?
You just hoped
he did it. No. So he had I
had a series of trash bags covering everything.
He had some things, and trash bags do a great job of preventing those things. And we had a little bit of a rain shield and stuff, but every part of everything was dry or was wet. So there was nothing that was not wet that he couldn't like there was no dry cloth for him to.
No, I was literally, borrowing people's sleeves just to wipe off the camera lens because mine got too wet no matter what I did.
Yeah.
So
Cindy said you're welcome, by the way, Greg.
Yeah, it was the only thing that was, I tried to keep everything dry. Every bag was in a trash bag, and you saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
So. Thank goodness that coffee shop was open after the game, though. So it really carried me through.
Did you get an iced coffee?
Oh, absolutely.
You so Greg, today you will be joined on commentary by Dave DeAngelis. But going forward, because I messed up this game, and your color commentator for Westerly, Coach Luzzy, will be doing the PA today. But going forward for Westerly for 2024-2025, you will be joined in the booth in person at Federico Gymnasium by Coach Angelo Luzzy. How excited are you about that?
It's great because basketball's better with two. There's more time for conversation. I loved doing football alone because I could run off so much and utilize all the time. But when it gets to really any other sport, I love the addition. It makes, just like I said, I'll do the play-by-play, but there's a lot of room for color and conversation, and there's room for conversation as well, depending on what the score of the game is. There could be a lot of room for a lot of time. Yeah. So when you're doing it by yourself, it's ghost town. It's like you got to keep the airwaves moving, but sometimes there's just not much to say alone. So it makes my life easier. It makes it great. It makes the call better. Just overall, I think it's going to be positive. His emotion, he's like me. So you're going to have kind of like two of me, which is going to be fun.
Absolutely.
And he's also got his finger on the pulse more than I do with some of these guys right on the team. You mentioned Lucas Pinnell. I mean, they just got done playing for him. So that's another huge addition he brings to the booth or to the table up at top of the gym is his knowledge of the players on the floor personally, and that's going to be huge. I think that's going to be a big assistance because I'm going in blind today to this game, folks. There's no rosters anywhere yet. It's too early. It's always the case. Nothing new, but it'll be a game called by number. That's our only option.
Yeah.
Just to give a heads up. But as soon as they come out full and the jerseys come in, then we'll be full go. So I'd say that'll be by the 20th probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then Andrew, you are the Charahoe camera operator for the most part. You fill in everywhere that you need to, but
I try.
you are our main Charahoe person. You're well, I was going to say you're the only person that's ever done Charahoe, but I think Jacob did some solo shots where he filmed and commentated. Yeah. But you will be joined by your commentary team in Charahoe will be Jacob Aruda, and I believe that I recently
doing football games with Jacob too. I didn't say that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't. Jacob was a great addition. I'm just saying, like overall mentally. So
yeah. No, nobody thought you.
Oh great! I was there doing. No, I love doing things with Jacob. He's dynamite. He knows the kids too, and he knows the sport. So
absolutely,
shout out to him.
Well, so I was going to say, our Charahoe commentary team will be Jacob Aruda and Papa Jabuta. Russ is his name. Mm-hmm. I learned his name very last week. Russ Aruda will be joining for color with his son Jacob, who will be doing play-by-play over in Charahoe. So that will be a lot of fun as well. And then
Bears games in there.
So for the Stonington Bears, we will be covering Stonington Bears girls and boys basketball as well. And your I don't really mention the commentary team for the Stonington Bears because it's me and a slew of guests, including the voice Greg Murano, including Jacob Aruda. And maybe some other people if we have, I think there was one day where there's Charahoe, Stonington, and Westerly all at the same time. So, and then
we might have to squeeze John Fazaro into one of the games.
We're gonna sneak John Fazaro into one of the games for sure. And then I have zero information at the moment. We've gotten a lot of requests from a lot of people, a lot of families. I have no information right now about the Westerly Community Credit Union tournament. I have asked for, I'm just going to be straight up. I have asked for permission for us to carry the Westerly Community Credit Union tournament. And I hope that comes to fruition. We love the people over there. It's the 40th anniversary of the tournament. That was started by Joe Cugini 40 years ago. to give the kids something to do between Christmas and New Year's, because his kids and their neighbors were bored. That's why it started, and it's turned into this huge thing, and it is such a wonderful fundraiser for the Sports Boosters programs for the participating schools. I believe this year is Exeter West Greenwich. Is that
South Kingstown,
along with
Stonington,
Stonington, Westerly, Charahoe?
Charahoe.
So it's only 4 teams, right?
Yeah, so
It's only 4. So I think it's
South Kingston definitely won.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it South Kingstown
South
this year, or is it
Kingstown undefeated since they got in it?
Well, I know it's Stonington, Charahoe, and Westerly.
South
I'm not
Kingstown,
100% sure.
I think Exeter was before.
Andrew said it was Exeter, but he may not be correct there. He is the COO of Westerly Community Credit Union, but I mean, I remember South Kingstown being in there last year. If anybody can correct me, that'd be great.
South.
All right, I'm confident in you, Greg.
Final answer.
So hopefully we will be able to do that. We've had a lot of requests for that, but it is now the reason why we wouldn't be doing it is because the goal of that tournament is to get as many people in the gym as possible, so that they pay the admission fee, because it is a fundraiser.
They actually rent out to the entire.
Exactly. So the tournament is a fundraiser, and it's important that they pack that gym so that they can donate all of the money to, and 100% of the proceeds go towards the participating schools' sports programs. And
even if somehow they let us do it, and I don't know, then the kids would at least have a record of it. Even I don't know. I just want to do it because it's so exciting. And
I know.
I'll come up with any reason.
Well, so I did put in the request. It is being considered, and you know, I'm under the belief that I don't know that I've ever met a single person that would have wanted to go to a game in person, that had the ability to go to a game in person, that stayed home and watched the stream.
Especially the indoor scenario. The only thing the weather would keep them maybe outdoor, but yeah, I agree with you. If you want to go to a game, especially indoor,
it's a completely different thing. And also there are so many people who, you know, have family members who can't make it to the game for whatever reason, illness, time commitment, location, whatever it may be. So we hope to be able to do that. I do know that our buddy who just left here, Ken Collins, will still be covering the tournament on WBLQ. So the radio will be there. So you if you can't go and we don't stream it, you can at least listen to it over with our friends at WBLQ, and that will be Ken Collins calling his 40th. He missed, I believe, 2. He was talking about it. He missed one in 2012 when he was battling cancer, and he missed one in the 80s. But 38 years of the 40 years he's been calling it, so he'll be there.
I'm wondering if he struggled with the seat as much as I am, because it just wants to slide you into recline position.
Yeah,
I think it's been armor all too recently for my. I gotta keep boosting myself up. Anyway, back to the show. Down I go.
Are you all right, man? I don't know what's going on over there. Andrew, so far, what has been your favorite thing to film?
Either football or soccer, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, those are fun. As far as sports go, I mean, covering that over in the cemetery, that was wonderful.
Yeah, the dedication ceremony on Veterans Day in the cemetery, you did that. Yeah. I think that people don't necessarily realize our sports crew also does the special events. So like Andrew did that, and and you also did the Veterans Day parade with us.
Yep.
Lisa Ornberg will be doing the light parade and, you know, the karate demonstration, and she did the lobster trap tree lighting. And you actually, the Richmond tree lighting, you got some footage for us, but you were working there for the town. How was that?
It was interesting. It was cold, very cold, very windy.
It's a gigantic tree.
Oh yeah, it's bigger than the one we lit last year. Usually the one that we light is the one out by the gazebo in front of town hall, close to the new rotary. But instead this year they had a crew come in and actually decorate the large tree that sits next to Bell Schoolhouse. Yeah, so it's pretty nice.
I used to like our big tree a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not that big, but it was our big one.
Well, we have a beautiful tree
Oh, we have a
outside the
beautiful one
window
back
right
there.
there. If you look,
Oh yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
Honestly,
I know.
Lions Club.
I drove right towards it, never saw it.
Me neither. I've been down here quite a bit.
You guys never saw the giant
Since
tree
it got
outside the
lit,
window
no.
here?
No.
Big star too. Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
a little concerned about you guys.
Listen, it's been a long week.
Well, I'm excited. Let's go over the schedule a little bit that we have for the rest of the year. On the 20th, Westerly High School boys game, home opener against Coventry at 7 p.m. On the 21st, the Westerly High School girls, not their home opener, at 6 p.m. And then on the 21st, so the 21st is going to be crazy. We have 6 p.m. girls Westerly, we have 2 p.m. Stonington boys, and we have 1:45 Cherahoe boys. And then on the 23rd of December at 7 p.m., the boys will be playing Prout, and Stonington High School will be playing SMSA, which I don't know what that is. I'll figure out what those initials mean at some point. And then we have the tournament, which is the 26th and 27th, and 28th and 29th. Yeah. And then it goes into the new year, and we have 70 games between the three schools. And none of that includes wrestling, which Westerly has asked for us to try to cover. So we're going to do our best for that.
I know the interest in the youth level of wrestling is just blown up in Westerly.
Well, the Westerly Middle School are the defending state champions for wrestling.
Incredible.
So
that's awesome.
You know, and anytime there's a sport like that where they're like, hey, that was the first question I asked him was, is it one match happening at a time? Because if it's one match happening at a time, we can figure it out. If it's not, and that's why, the girls tennis team won the state championship this fall, and we couldn't cover those because there's like 5 events happening at the same time.
We could find some guest announcers that are have wrestling on their resume, because that would always be fun too for me to get a little knowledge.
Patrick, my business partner,
there you go.
the co-owner of 321 that no one ever hears about.
Oh, I heard about it. Yeah, I went down there.
You heard about it?
Patrick, he's the one that Verizon, right?
That's not the co-owner.
Oh, co-owner. You said no. I'm Patrick.
No. Don't inflate Patrick Lynch's ego any more than it already is.
Name, sorry. We have 2 Patricks.
We do have 2 Patricks. Well, we don't have Patrick Lynch. He's just a Verizon Wireless. Guys, check out Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners. Now that we've talked about it so much, but this should be fun. Did you get a chance to watch any of the Moonlight Madness?
I did. I was actually going to bring it up that you guys also covered that. Yeah. That was good. Good way to get it started. The season started. Looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Not much
absolutely.
I could really contribute had I been there, but I mean, they didn't even do that stuff when I was in high school. That was a good.
No, it was the second year. Second year of Moonlight Madness.
Right. Yeah, so that's really cool.
It was started by. It was a senior project last year by Sienna Fazaro.
Oh, look at that! What a contribution!
So,
if that carries on, man, that's a good project.
And I love that they included the unified team this year. I'm not sure that they did. They might have done that last year, but it was nice to see the unified team out there as well. And we got to look at the boys and girls. That was a lot of fun. And I kind of just that was one that was sprung on me. I had no idea that was happening. I knew that it was going to happen at some point. I didn't know it was happening that day. And Lisa was gracious enough to go down and film that for us. And so I just was like, I'll do commentary myself for this, because it's not really, what are we? We're just, it would have been nice to have a couple co-hosts on there, but I just was like, I'll just take it for the team and do that. And Coach Luzzy was the MC for that, which was nice, and a great event as always. Moonlight Madness. You can go back and check that out on 321. Greg, is there any specific? How do you transfer between sports? Like, how do you go? the winter is pretty nice because it's just you're just talking basketball the whole time.
Basketball,
but
very little between games as far as research other than the other team.
Yeah,
I'm up to date on our team as we go.
But in the fall, when you're going, and Andrew, this can go for you too. Like the switch between football, soccer, volleyball, football, soccer, volleyball.
About an hour or two at home, I would say. Like when I'm doing my research for each game, it just transfers somehow in my brain what I'm focusing on. And once I nowadays it's not even going to be a headset, but generally, like once I put my headset on, I'm in that zone.
Yeah. How do you transition between sports?
I mean, I like the fast-paced nature of soccer. Everybody said it was going to be more difficult for me, and I felt it was very easy. Football, same thing. Volleyball was the shift for me.
Volleyball was also one of the hardest shifts for me. It's so fast. I used to try to call every game every time they hit the ball, and realize I was just spitting out names half right, half wrong. Wasn't calling the game. So that's one of the games I had to learn how to be quiet. A lot more quiet than I was when I first started. I mean, the first game I ever called for defunct company that used to be was a JV girls volleyball game. He walked me in the gym for when I got hired for football. So I walked in the gym that day, talking about right, raw, and not knowing what I was doing. I would not like a copy of that game if it's in the archives because it must not have sounded well. But the speed of that game is incredible.
And by the way, you can check out the archives thanks to Vinny's Barbershop.
Basketball has a nice flow to it. Like I said, there's a lot of little breaks that allow a color man to come in, and it's just it's a lot of fun. It's easy. And football for me, it's pressure. It really is. There's a lot of time that has to be filled with pertinent information, and at the same time, you can't miss any plays. Whereas most other sports, I think, are a little different. Like you're going to miss some hits in volleyball. Basketball, you're not going to miss a whole possession, but you're not going to call out every pass. You know what I mean? Or that's not the way, the nature of your enemy. So that's taken years to learn how to shut up a little bit. It really is. And but that's also allowed me to learn the sports a little bit better too. And I mean, I got to give credit out to the girls lacrosse coach. I can't remember his name. Whatever his name is. These coaches actually have sat down with me in the booth before some of these games, teaching me the rules and the oddities of some of these games. And some of them are crazy, girls lacrosse included. And it's something that I really appreciate because, I mean, like I said, I didn't play a darn sport.
Right.
I'm just another guy watching a sport.
I want to say a huge shout out, Carlos Rios, Coach Rios, who watches this every single Saturday in the barbershop. He watches it in the barbershop. And by the way, I need to come see you.
Desperately, I do too.
Yeah. I got to come see you and Buddha and Erica. I think we all go to different barbers in Rios.
It only looks like it's cut under the head with the hat on.
What, right now or you?
Oh, right now, man. Yeah, I need help.
But it is 27th birthday to Carlos's son.
Wow.
So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I saw that on Facebook. I wanted to give a shout out over at Rios Barbershop. And actually, my nephew is going to go get his haircut at Rios and then join me at Kiefer's Martial Arts to do. He's only 9 years old, and yet he's going to help me with the lights and sound today.
Wonderful.
He's until he gets on the demo team, and then he's going to leave me in the dust. But for now, he likes to do the lights and sound with me for the karate demonstrations. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to Rycon Roofing, the official sponsor of Sports Talk, with the voice Greg Murano. We'll be playing their advertisement in just a second. Go check out our friends at Rycon Roofing, and it's gonna be great. So, Greg, I mean, we're 3 hours away now from the start of the season.
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. Table's ready to roll. All information's out, and I'm just ready to go. I'm ready for that opening jump ball, and I'm sure that the coaches are anticipating it even more. I mean, it's almost like it is a whole new season. Clearly, it's a whole new season, but it's a whole new world. It's fresh start. Everything's new. There's no last game to worry about. This is just this game starts it up.
Absolutely, Andrew. You're about to film your first basketball game in 3 hours. How do you feel? You still nervous?
Oh, extremely.
Really?
Yeah, always. I mean, always. I mean, I get such bad anxiety before I go and do it until the game actually starts. Like, even when I was traveling for those football games that were an hour away, I planned in to be at the field at least an hour early. So I would plan to leave my house that drive time plus an hour.
Wow.
So for the games that started at noon, I was leaving my house at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And it's a
Every
half
time.
hour from here. So that's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
regular trip.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't hold myself up in this chair much longer. I don't know how I did it.
Really?
Good, I'm pinning myself in the air.
I don't understand what's
Somebody
happening.
might be playing armor all that I think I honestly do.
All right. Well, that's it for the show anyway, guys. Because Greg can't hold himself up in his chair. This has been great. Saturday morning sports, our Saturday morning sports block is a lot of fun, and it's going to continue to expand. And we're really excited for that. Check out 2 p.m. live from Federico Gymnasium, the Westerly High School girls home opener with the voice Greg Murano, and that'll be produced by Dave DeAngelis, our esteemed director here at 321. And behind the lens,
game to watch. It's gonna be exciting.
Behind the lens will be Andrew Onick, and then Lisa and I will be over at the Kiefer's martial arts karate demonstration. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again to Rycon Roofing, the official sponsor here of Sports Open Mic, and we'll see you guys soon.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Brunch has arrived at Surf Cantina every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't miss our weekly specials like Monday Night Industry Night, Taco Tuesday with DJ Trivia, $1 Wing Wednesdays, Reggae Thursdays, DJs every weekend at 10 p.m. and karaoke on Sundays at 8. Only at Surf Cantina, 15 Canal Street in downtown Westerly.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.